We need it because the sales companies need to be stronger, to have a better voice towards both the different support things like media, EFP, also towards festivals and also towards distributors, to exchange experiences for that, to kind of explain more what a sales company does, because many don't know. And that's why we need Europa International. The very important thing is that, mainly we deal with the distributors, and the exhibitors come in the third part of the chain. So we very rarely see them and listen to their problems and things like that. And in a time as we have now, where you actually have so many things going on, for instance, all of the discussions with the day and date releases, where you have a video on demand window at the same time as a theatrical. This is the biggest problem for the exhibitors, so it's really important to speak with them about that as well. And also for them to feel which kind of films, what are their interests, to get a bit closer to, basically, they are the step just before the end consumer. Yes and no. We had a few films early on from Poland, which at that time, to be honest, didn't work that well. It was also a question of maybe, the quality of the film. I think it's nothing that can be forced, but what you can see is the development of the films in the different countries. You can see that they get stronger and stronger. You have films from the Eastern European countries now as well, coming to festivals, being appreciated there. And that's the first step into getting them. First, it's a festival circuit. From then, it starts with the sales side as well and the appreciations. It's something that takes years, but it happens. And that was the same thing that happened with Denmark ages ago, or with Norway and Sweden. It happens, but it's something which has to grow slowly. It's hard to say what kind of films attracts me. We have, since Trust Nordisk we have a lot of own productions from both Centropa and from Nordisk Films, so we get a lot of films from that sense. So we follow directors, which is important for us. Apart from that, we have to look at the economical side as well, meaning big directors, interesting cast, festivals, films with big festival potential, which is important to get the awareness. But also, what we see right now out of Scandinavia at least is crime thrillers based on books, this whole phenomena, which is, of course, for us a fantastic opportunity coming out of Scandinavia. Biggest challenges are in general that, you have few big films that work basically by themselves and sell a lot, and then you have the smaller films, and it takes longer and longer time to get them out there, to market them. You have to spend much more time in promoting them, doing different stuff in order to get them out there, and the money you're getting is less. So basically it's the economic situation and trying to have the balance of the strong titles that would earn you the money, and then still having the titles that are the small pearls, but which takes longer time. And then also that there are more and more films coming out there into the market, as you mentioned as well, with Central and Eastern Europe. There are more and more films coming from that side. And so the number of films, I guess, is one of the biggest challenges.